Welcome to the Cricket News Network channel. Today we are going to talk about all-time Cricket World Cup winners list since 1975. Let's move on to the video. ICC World Cup number 1. The 1975 Cricket World Cup was the first edition of the Cricket World Cup, organized by the International Cricket Conference and was the first major limited overs one-day international cricket tournament to be held. It was held from 7 to June 21, 1975 in England. In the final, the West Indies beat Australia by 17 runs. This tournament was held as 60 overs game. ICC World Cup number 2. The 1979 Cricket World Cup was the second edition of the Cricket World Cup and was won by the West Indies, who had also won the inaugural tournament 4 years earlier. It was held in England from 9th to 23rd of June 1979. This tournament was held as 60 overs game. ICC World Cup number 3. The 1983 Cricket World Cup was the third edition of the Cricket World Cup tournament. It was held from 9 June to June 25, 1983 in England and Wales and was won by India. This tournament also was held as 60 overs game. ICC World Cup number 4. The 1987 Cricket World Cup was the fourth edition of the Cricket World Cup. It was held from 8 October to November 8, 1987 in India and Pakistan, the first such tournament to be held outside England. Since this World Cup, number of overs per team was changed from 60 to 50, the current standard for all ODI matches. 1987 ICC World Cup was won by Australia. ICC World Cup number 5. The 1992 Cricket World Cup was the fifth edition of the Cricket World Cup, organised by the International Cricket Council. It was held in Australia and New Zealand from 22 February to March 25, 1992, and finished with Pakistan beating England by 22 runs in the final to become the World Cup champions for the first time. ICC World Cup number 6. The 1996 Cricket World Cup was the sixth edition of the Cricket World Cup, organised by the International Cricket Council. It was the second World Cup to be hosted by Pakistan and India, and for the first time by Sri Lanka. The tournament was won by Sri Lanka, who defeated Australia in the final at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, Pakistan. ICC World Cup number 7. The 1999 Cricket World Cup was the seventh edition of the Cricket World Cup, organised by the International Cricket Council. It was hosted primarily by England, with some games being played in Scotland, Ireland, Wales and the Netherlands. The tournament was won by Australia, who beat Pakistan by 8 wickets in the final at Lord's Cricket Ground in London. ICC World Cup number 8. The 2003 ICC Cricket World Cup was the 8th edition of Cricket World Cup, organised by the International Cricket Council. It was co-hosted by South Africa, Zimbabwe and Kenya from 9 February to March 23, 2003. This edition of the World Cup was the first to be played in Africa and it was won by Australia. ICC World Cup number 9. The 2007 ICC Cricket World Cup was the 9th edition of the Cricket World Cup tournament that took place in the West Indies from 13 March to April 28, 2007. The 2007 ICC World Cup won by Australia. ICC World Cup number 10. The 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup was the 10th Cricket World Cup. It was played in India, Sri Lanka, and for the first time in Bangladesh. India won the tournament, defeating Sri Lanka by 6 wickets in the final, thus becoming the first country to win the Cricket World Cup final on home soil. ICC World Cup number 11. The 2015 ICC Cricket World Cup was a one-day international cricket tournament to decide the 11th Cricket World Cup. It was jointly hosted by Australia and New Zealand from 14 February to March 29, 2015, and was won by Australia. ICC World Cup number 12. The 2019 ICC Cricket World Cup was the 12th Cricket World Cup and it was hosted by England and Wales, making it the 5th time England has hosted the World Cup, beginning on 30th of May and ending with the final on 14th of July. The final was played at Lord's in London, where England beat New Zealand on boundary count after both the match and the subsequent Super Over finished as ties. ICC World Cup number 13. The ICC Cricket World Cup 13th edition will be held in India between 9 February to 26 March 2023. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel to watch upcoming videos related with world cricket. Have a nice day. Goodbye.